Much, much better. Whew. Pull them up and yeah, a lot of stuff gets on display, guys. You gotta watch it. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So here I am finally at my running location. I do obviously have my Key West, or my new binky as I call it. And yes, guys, I am wearing shorts under this. Obviously I know whenever I stand up, it looks like I'm not. So yes, I do have on shorts. Same with a couple of my stream photos, which obviously I'm going to do again this year. But sadly, last year, you know, a couple of the photos, they were like, Alyssa, do you have on underwear? Like, do you have on panties? Or thongs, at least, right? Like, anyhow, guys, yes, I keep the panties and the thongs, whichever I'm wearing on. So anyhow, guys, yes, I do have on bottoms. I very much like these. You can see it's up there. So, anyhow, guys. Sweet baby Jesus, guys. Oh my gosh, here I am, taking a nice evening walk. Right where all the birds were last year. I didn't check the other spot. Oh my gosh, guys. And it is so late in the day. I really don't want to spook her off of here, so I'm not. But guys, that is insane. It's absolutely insane how many nests people walk by every year. Oh, no, there, I think. See, I couldn't tell if that's the guy or the girl. But anyhow, guys, he or she got off. I think with certain birds, the guys take times sitting on the nest too. So let me get down to, since he or she willingly got off. Oh my gosh, guys. Guys, look at it throwing an Ever Loving Fit in there. I better be careful and get out of there. Oh my gosh, guys. That must be the female. She literally just laid the rest of her eggs, guys. Oh my gosh. She had, what, 6 in there? Holy cow. Absolutely insane. I'm actually gonna, while I have you guys out here as well, right? So, we're gonna go ahead here and check the nest from last year. Obviously somebody, like we saw in my videos, they were cleaning it up for us, so it's a little bit harder to get to. Give me 1 second, guys. This is what I'm trying to maneuver, and there's a big tree right there in front of me. So yeah, I'm trying to maneuver all of this. So just give me 1 hot second, guys. Alright, guys. Here I am. There's nothing in there. So you have to kind of step on that tree down there. And then you're able to peel your this way back through. And then, you know, go out. But holy cow, guys. There's now obviously the cardinal who's singing directly above where the cardinal was last year too. So very exciting, guys. Very exciting. I'm also going to take more adventures around this year, close to home again, and find some other really cool spots. But holy cow, guys. I can't believe it. Like, they're singing like they're happy to start more nests. Oh my gosh, guys. It's so exciting for all these bird egg checks with you guys. So anyhow, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get going, get back to walking, get my exercise. Obviously I have it all, but just get a whole bunch more, a whole bunch of golf on TV, and sadly the golf overtakes the actual news, so I can't watch like the first 15 minutes and like good highlights of, you know, good information, knowledgeable information for me to know. So anyhow, guys, talk to everyone later. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So coming to you now, it is now the next morning after I uploaded my video. You guys saw last night I took a nice walk. I have to be careful walking to not give the numbers on the mailboxes or any other big time identifying factors. But I actually just looked at the Night Nation, you know, getting that goal started, and Pittsburgh this year is actually like it's not like upcoming or coming up. I know last year they had like Pittsburgh and like 2 other cities were coming soon, but this year they finally have Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna go to Pittsburgh, and it's on August 16th, which is a Saturday, guys. And since I'm gonna be saving, you know, I have multiple time to do some paddleboard, actually getting on and like jumping off like we saw at Far Beach, because I feel confident that I wouldn't have drowned and died if I fell off the paddleboard because of the waves. Obviously, with as good as swimming as I am, I just don't know if I would have been able to retrieve my paddleboard. So that's something that I want to work on this summer, for sure. But I was very excited, guys, when I saw that, because last year, obviously everybody remembers, like I finished, you know, with around the end of August, right? So what a better way to end, you know, saving for next year's Florida vacation, then end it in August, in the middle of August, on a super lush life Saturday, guys. Oh my gosh, guys, that is so freaking cool how I just realized all of that. Oh my gosh. Oh, someone's calling me. I have to end this. Hey guys, it was a prank. It came across as healthcare, but it was that prank of more benefits. I didn't even want to engage with them and politely tell them that you need to knock it off, like I did with driving. And I know some people, I've obviously regret to had this, but I obviously added it before. A personal attack, they take it as a personal attack because you're not throwing a gasoline on their fire, or they just don't know how to voice, I hate this job, I want a better job. So anyhow, guys, an actual personal attack would be, you know, if you called your mom, right, acting like a complete child and mocking children, because I know that you're not a child if you got this job. Yeah, if you did that, right, and she crashed your car, right, you would stop calling. That's a personal attack, guys. So anyhow, guys, just wanted to also add that in there. But holy cow, guys, what a better way to end the summer, saving for Florida, guys. Oh my gosh. And then I'll probably stick around close for the 4th of July. Not go to some big extravagant event. And there's obviously good places around here too. So it's gonna be amazing, guys. I am so happy, and I wanted to share that information. Holy cow, guys, we're gonna have the best summer ever. And we're gonna make lush life and amazing, you know, like they might be smaller things that into, you know, consistent of, you know, last summer, but, you know, there'll be, you have to make it, right? You have to have that mindset, right? I'm gonna make, you know, picnics so much more exciting this year, you know, and then obviously as I'm, you know, then the want, like I said before, whenever I was buying individual servings, right? I mean, if the opportunity's there, you know, it's very easy to make a mistake, you know, so I'm not going to have that this year. I'm going to instead do it with some food, and then that $20 will be much easier than, oh, it's just $20, not really thinking about the long, or say to myself, oh yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's only $20 or $30 for gas, when, you know, this $30 could be for my trip in August. Let's say I say something like that in July. And I also, then I say, well, I don't have to buy souvenirs next time. So that's an additional $150 for Florida right there. But I totally forget about that. And then I actually go and spend that money. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? So kind of set myself up for success there as well. So anyhow, guys, without further ado, I'm up this really steep hill, so I'm going to talk to everyone later. Just very, very exciting, guys, information here. Talk to everyone later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. Right there, there we go. So I just got done walking a little bit, and look, I just got done checking the, birds. There was nothing. I know I said, and literally guys, like 6 different deer came running out. Isn't it crazy how they blend like right in there, guys? Oh, it's only one. I'm gonna wait until I get to this opening. We'll walk at it straight on, guys. No, there is 2. Oh, there you go. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So coming to you today, this might be a little inkling into my first picnic. I just have some wheat thins. I don't know if you guys can see them. Oh no. There you guys can see them pretty well. So this might be an inkling to my first picnic. And something cool that I have to share is that sometimes you have to read forward and backwards at the same time. Like I said, with attentive listening skills, don't just hear something that you like and then plan your next response. I obviously fit the 10 traits, because whenever I respond with, I'd like to remind you, right, the other person needing to say, did you even listen to a word I just said? That's not needed, because I just showed them that I listened to the entirety of what they were saying. And I also didn't say anything irrelevant. It's like, oh, I didn't know actually that, I was, taking the wrong path, or I wasn't staying close enough to my coworker when we were taking out the trash, for safety reasons and stuff like that. It's like, did you even listen to a word I just said? Like, kind of thing. That's not needed when you have the 10 traits. But I also wanted to share, it's like, there's only a little over 2 months until the 4th of July. May 4th is 2 months. And obviously, 4th of July is my favorite holiday. Next to Christmas, which is number 1. So it's like, well, there's only red and white, and we're 2 months away, So it's like, are you missing one? It's like, no, we're not missing one. Or are you missing number 1? Like, what one are you missing? So it's kind of cool. Like I said, you have to think forward and backwards, because you're actually at 2, but you're missing 3. But it's actually more exciting when you're 2 months away than you're 3 months away. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool. It's like, what do you mean red, white, and blue? What? It's kind of cool. Obviously white milk, blue cup, blueberries, the pepperonis, and then that's all red. And then obviously the milk again is white. So I kind of thought that was cool. It's kind of like Matthew West's song. He says it's the hardest thing to give away, and it's the last thing on your mind today. It always goes to those who don't deserve. So if you just hear that and you get stuck, what do you mean they don't deserve forgiveness? What do you mean, you don't deserve, because at the very end he says the prisoner that it really freezes you. So it's like, what do you mean that, they don't deserve it? Because if they get it, then you're also set free too, right? And you have to listen to forward and backwards at the same time. It's the opposite of how you feel when the pain they caused is just too real, and it takes everything to say the word forgiveness. Do you know what I'm saying? So if people get stuck, on that, that's why he didn't make it. That's why he didn't say. And it's the complete opposite, and that's why it feels like it's next to impossible and takes everything that you have to say. Like, he doesn't need to go into great detail if you listen to the entire first, I forget what it's called in songs. I know it's like paragraph, and then like a bridge is like going back to one. Usually a bridge is the same all the time, like Justin Timberlake, Take It to the Bridge, right? And then obviously the bridge is the same. It kind of brings it back to the main chorus, but you have a little bit something different. You get the point. So I just want to kind of share that. This might be a little inkling, since I could have done a picnic today, but it's still just a hint too cold. Obviously you guys saw this morning I was walking around with my spring coat off, because once you get moving around it's good, but if you're just kind of standing up, it is a little chilly. So anyhow guys, I'm gonna go ahead here and finish my lunch, and then talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So it's now 12:55. I wanted to come on and share some good, exciting news that I'm gonna make some macaroni salad real soon. I have all my ingredients. I'll show you guys here in a minute. But I also wanted to come on and make like a first wrapping video with you guys. Obviously, I have all of my pizza. And this is another thing, and they don't know what they don't know, right? Like if I never made this video, then you guys would have never known that I cut it into 8 pieces, although that's usually normal, and then I ate 3 of them. So you guys don't know what you don't know, right? Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to come on and make a nice little wrapping video. I could just put them all in here because it is pretty sealed, but I still like to just at least have, you know, one sturdy wrap around all of them. And I also did want to add in another, you know, good question about, you know, like, you know, if you don't say, perhaps somebody follows a girl on Instagram, and in her Instagram bio, she has a link, right? Like you see a lot of them do. So she has no makeup, like that, you know, so you happen to get it, right? Just how everybody saw the one that I got, right? If they paid attention. But anyhow, guys, you know, it's like, you know, if you don't say, but I know what happened after that photo shoot, right? Like, you're just making yourself, you know, setting yourself up to feel even more alone and isolated. Because, like I said before on my page, you know, with, you know, sex at the park, right? Like, it's not appropriate for you to go around and ask everybody at the park, you know, like, what are your views? Like, what would you do if you saw somebody? Oh, and by the way, I'm actually thinking of doing it now that you said that you wouldn't really mind it. Because you don't also know if everybody that was okay with it when you were asking them. Again, it's not appropriate to just walk up and ask people that. That's not a good way to have conversation starters at all. You would have some very hostility and weird responses. You know, from others, but you get the point. And I already covered that whenever I shared that, right? Like, it's not appropriate for you to go. So it's like, why would you set yourself up to feel more alone? Because now it's not appropriate for you to go ask everybody who lives on your street, hey, do you have this girl's OnlyFans, right? So now you really feel alone, and it's next to impossible, and it would take quite some time for you to build that kind of relationship and have those friend-to-friend conversations where you actually kind of get into some of that stuff a little bit. Maybe you share about a traumatic experience, just how I didn't really share with anybody until, well, over a year on my page about that guy that I saw, right? Like, that's not conversation starters. And obviously, you know, I treat people, my followers here, like they're actual friends, right? Like, you know, I didn't start my page, you know, or ever have a thumbnail or bring any inference of, you know, my heart rate down to 34, because that's not, you know, so it's just something that I always like to remind people, anybody who's new to my page. It's like, why would you set yourself up to be more, feel alone, right? And, you know what I'm saying? Because that kind of stuff, obviously, but let's start that conversation. Let's have that conversation right after that. So, again, it's something that I always, again, like to share on my page. Give me 1 second to dump this. Actually, guys, I'm going to have to wash this, and I'll show you guys my dishwasher. So you guys can see it is pretty full. Obviously, all of my little snack trays. You guys can see tomato soup with some wheat thins and a small additional grilled cheese. Obviously, all my plates here. And then all of my stuff up top. So it obviously is, you know, a lot of times I have to take, like, I can't take. See, I don't like putting the plastics down here. And if you just move some of this stuff up here, right, like there isn't really much, room, as you guys can see. So just give me one quick second to do a little rearranging. I know for certain I can put this down in there. Probably just put this on the bottom and make it an okay thing. Put that on the bottom. You know, I could probably just put this cup here at the bottom too. Nope, not that cup. This almost reminds me of my photo. I'm trying to think. It was right around Christmas time, I believe. Where I was like, you can't fit much more. There we go. See how I did that? And then I can kind of set this down there. And I have just enough room for 1 and 2. Look at that, guys. Awesome. I got it. Yay. Woo! Give me one quick second here. Get out my pod. And then I'll show you guys my... There we go. So then... Go ahead, open this. I always do normal, heat dry, and start. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So as everyone can see, it is now 3:21. Voila. So anyhow, guys, I just wanted to come on quick and share that I met my goal. Have to watch the BTC issues going on. I met my goal. I watched the Key Biscayne from National Geographic and National Park. So I didn't know that the sharks actually in that refuge wait until they're like 8 years old to actually go out into the ocean. Obviously they probably could make it on their own. Obviously there's a size difference with, you know, the fish and how they kind of skedaddle on down in there. So that was cool, obviously. Also, the turtles lay like 100 eggs, and it'll be 2 years until she's back, but it'll be 20 years until her daughters come back. There's like a night crawling, you know, spider that is a threat to them whenever they're really young. I thought that was cool. And then the spools of fish. I did also look up then when do turtles hatch. Unfortunately, guys, that is late September to the end of October. And I was like, oh, I wanted to see some fish so bad. But now that I know kind of how they showed how they do it and how they dig, I'll have a better understanding. And next year, maybe I can make that one of my things, is go look for turtle nest and all of that. Also, there was a small village. I didn't actually see it from the Florida Keys, but it was called like Stillsville or something like that, where there was like 28 houses. So anyhow, guys, it was a really cool documentary, and I'm also doing this. That way then it's kind of, the memory is fresh in my head, and as I'm focusing on talking about it, like I'm not adding it into my video, which we've seen that I've done a couple times on my page, and whenever I do that, it's obviously rather quick. But if I'm going back and talking about it, I sometimes say which again, just those couple times of can, you know, take a little bit longer for your time, and I'm trying to work on that, like I said in my video earlier today. So I kind of thought all of that was cool, and I would have loved to seen that, you know. Maybe sometime I'll have to go to Florida like later in the summer and see all of that, where the fish just jump right up, because, and then obviously the birds tend to get them. And then I watched 3 crazy horror films. The first one was like a sketchy Instagram page. They eventually got to an abandoned mine and then went down in it. They heard like this crazy noise, something carrying something, then it dropped something, and then they just made the run for their life. And they were obviously went back the next day. His wallet wasn't around, but he got the, you know, the shoe back, his shoe or whatever. He thought there was some crazy thing. Then the next time there was this really weird animal noise, and it turned out that after, on the third night, it was actually a person who lit their thing on fire. And he was able to get away. And then the third night, you know, he didn't know much about his mom's, you know, side of the family, from his gram. And then they were talking in Spanish one night, and then the next morning he was going somewhere, and obviously he was kind of hijacked and everything. There was 2 trucks in front of him, 1 behind him, and he obviously knew that he was talking to them, that his mom, because he had to go to the bathroom. So I kind of thought that was cool. And then obviously she talks to him and the people who came out of their cars with guns, and she says to him that, you know, she was doing that because of, you know, because she's like, she told them, the people with the guns, that, you know, she's tracking his location, and, you know, she'll call the police if she needs to. She knows that he knows deep down inside that's not what she was doing. So his mom knows that he's smart. So he's kind of wondering how long it'll take. I didn't know if that actually happened because he didn't share the follow-ups on, you know, what happened when he called the police when the person tried to set their tent on fire. But without further ado, guys, I just thought I would add that cool little addition and see if I can have as many videos as my last video, but try to cut down the time significantly and just see how that goes. You know, so have the same amount of videos, but have like 2 minutes less. And then as I'm starting to better in that, then I can have even 4 minutes less, because I can aim for a time where I just, you know, very quickly say, hey guys, this is just me testing my skills. Here is a bed making video. And then I just speed right up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a lot of good stuff here. Moving along, guys. This summer, my page will be, yes, very much better than last summer. And pretty much just continue that then for as long as I vlog. So anyhow, guys, talk to you later. As everyone can see, my step goal is met. I'm having a mini part of my snack. I'm already in my work outfit, just because I will have to leave after I eat this. Also, guys, I'm going to have a piece of pizza when I get home tonight. So nice little, you know, dinner sides before leaving, and then dinner main meal when I get home tonight. So nice way to head on into work, guys. Talk to you later. So surprised that my phone literally takes 2 seconds to get in. But holy cow, guys, I just got done with 3 miles. And literally, guys, last year at this time, I was getting ready for 4 miles. I even did 4 miles right before the Pittsburgh Marathon. It ended right at my car. And guess what song I ended on? The perfect song, right? Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, right? So today, then I ended like literally 4 steps from my car, and I ended on the right song once again. Lush Life, doing it all night, all summer. Anyhow, guys, I also did see that I was at Ricketts Glen last year, and I probably couldn't remember that because I remembered it was like the end of March, the end of April, and I think the beginning of June. Yeah, the beginning of June. Those are my 3 times at Ricketts Glen last year. So holy cow, guys, I feel so cute in this. And also really golden too still. And as everyone knows, that I actually was listening to Harry Styles' Golden as I was walking in Georgia. So I kind of thought that was pretty funny. But holy cow, guys, what a better way to get ready for my run on Sunday. Holy cow. Very excited. I still have my new binky, my Southernmost Point. So cute. Oh my gosh, guys, I am just adorable right now. But anyhow, guys, I also wanted to share, you guys already now know a little bit of my goals for the summer. I also wanted to share, yesterday I was walking into work, I was driving into work, and I saw a 22 a day, and it reminded me to bring up a cool little twist to what I had also forgotten to add. You know, and I don't take it personally if I, you know, if I have any followers. Obviously I don't have followers post hateful comments, but you know, it's like, if I have like a little bit too extreme, and you know, they don't like some of the things that I say, but they like enough about me that they stay, that's good. And if they choose to leave, that's them too. Very happy for my true followers, as I've already shared. But I wanted to also add in that, about that train. So it's like, you know, your suspect is no longer a threat to you. And since they're no longer a threat to you, it's your job to reevaluate the situation. And if you would have reevaluated and you would have just went over to talk to your other person, your other, you know, trooper, whatever it's called, whatever they're called out in Colorado, it's like, guess what? Like, you would have known that your car was on the tracks and you should have removed it, you know. And obviously, you know, if people didn't listen to the whole thing, which obviously I have good retention, like I shared, but you know, it's like, you know, attentive listening skills, listening to the whole thing. Like, even if people in Baltimore had to do that, and even us people need to do that, you know. Like, it even showed in Fire Country where something about, remember there was like a battery, and then as soon as something happened with the battery, it exploded again. You know, so it's just something that even us people need to do. And also, I heard that, I can't remember what exactly it is, but you use it on airplanes. It's not airplane mode, it's something else, because, you know, those batteries can even catch on fire. So you have to do something, maybe like turn it off or something. I can't remember what it was. But anyhow, guys, so I just wanted to also add in that too. So it's like, he's no longer a threat to you, so you don't need to, you know, yeah, so you don't need to look for the rush, right? And have screaming with your gun be more important. And then because of that, then you get, you know, in a spell, you know, and you think that your suspects can somehow break through handcuffs. Nobody can, right? So you get the point, guys. And yes, there's things, but it's like one in every how many. So I just wanted to add that on too. That was kind of cool. Nice little addition that kind of goes off everybody. Like, it also, that statement helps everybody. So anyhow, guys, just wanted to add that in too. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get going home. Very, very excited. Still feeling absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh. So anyhow, guys, I'll talk to you later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So here I am, guys. It's around 12:30, a 15-minute walk from my house, doing a bird egg check with you guys. Also, I did see the Baltimore Orioles way up in the trees, way out there, further down the path, which was amazing. So, you know, and it obviously makes sense. You know, it could have been even the ones that I saw, and they're just so in tune with getting a mate and everything, that, you know, they decide to, you know, just fly around like crazy. So anyhow, guys, it's not like, you know, I'm trying to see a palm tree here in Pennsylvania. It's like, what? Like, Liz, that's not real. Like, you photoshopped or whatever, the photo, whatever, you know. So you get the point, guys. So anyhow, guys, and then later on today, my grandma and I are going to go look at an apartment together. We made the choice just because, with as obviously depressed as she was, I remember when he first went, she would just say things like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad, out of the blue. Even like driving home with her then, well, you know, driving her home right? And then obviously I went the rest of the way home. But still, guys, like, she was just, you know, very sad and depressed and all of that. And obviously it would help with my rent. I did obviously try to find a place that was $200 lower, which we saw in February for myself. Also helping with coming back from Florida. But I guess, you know, things just so happened to be that my gram obviously has been, you know, struggling. And, you know, just so, you know, like, even when I called her in Florida, you know, she was, it just went on for like 20 minutes about how she, you know, wants to start doing, like, looking for apartments to be together, and all of that, so I can help her, you know, not have to be on the phone all the time, actually have somebody coming in and out, which obviously I can't even imagine, because she was with him for over like 60 years. So anyhow, guys, me and her are gonna tour a place together this afternoon. So like I said, though, it kind of, you know, helps out anyhow, because the rent, if I paid half, it would still be actually $300 less than that other place that I was thinking about renting back in February. A little bit more, you know, like, I would have to, the roads I would have to take are really windy and stuff, you know, but I would still be just a tad further, probably about 10 miles further. So I don't really know if in the grand scheme of things it would be much more, you know, just because then that's that many more miles to Ricketts Glen if I planned on going there. Obviously it's closer to Raystown, so, you know, there was just a lot of different things. But without further ado, guys, that is our plan. That is my plan. And then, you know, that maybe will be both of our plans, if, you know, her and I like this apartment today. It would definitely be something to move away from this beautiful, you know, land that's literally only like a 15-minute walk from me. Sometimes it's 20. And whenever I was out here on Sunday night, guys. Oh, look, there it is. When I was out here on Sunday night, trying to get a head start, because right here, actually, it's so weird. I have 5G. See, there it is. And then right caught up in its eyeball. Oh, guys, it's really weird there. Okay, so anyhow, guys, when I was out here getting a head start, still though, once I walked, you know, an additional 20 minutes back to my house, then my video didn't get up then. I woke up the next morning and it said, like, the video was uploaded. Oh, I can see it from here. So she still has all 5, guys. But like I said, you know, it said, you know, 5G, like, right here. So once I walked back the additional 20 then, because I forget what it said when I woke up, but it was like 6 hours ago. And literally, guys, like, I got it up to like 4 out of 5 gigabytes, probably well into the 80%. And I don't know if it's just the way the towers are or the way my house kind of sits very slightly down a hill. Like, I don't understand it. But it took obviously a long time. So, without further ado, guys, just wanted to make a nice little secondary bird egg check video. Maybe, you know, I'll have enough time. That sun is really bright now for some reason. You know, it might be enough time for me to, you know, watch these bird eggs hatch and all of that until we would actually move in. I think she said she was talking to the person, like the realtor, and she said it would be like, or he said it would be like late June or early July or whatever until we would move in. So it wouldn't be until the 4th of July. So I have all the time to live it up out here in my stomping grounds. A good, nice 15-20 minute walk from my house. which I obviously love to pieces. Except that noise, guys. Ooh. So anyhow, guys, talk to you guys later. I also might make some short films when we're doing the hotel walkthrough together and go from there. Talk to you guys later. Guys, look. If this isn't the best thing that you can see in nature, I don't know what is. There it goes. There they all go. Hey everyone, your girl is here, so I am now back, obviously, and I got a couple more 1,000 steps downstairs. You guys can see, look, beyond adorable, guys, beyond cute. Oh, got it. It thinks that I'm its mom coming in here. Aw. That's definitely the beauty of Mother Nature. Again, another appropriate time where we appropriately talk about the beauty of the job, right? And we make sure people know that we're focusing on the beauty and we don't make very broad statements. That's very unprofessional, right? It's like, hey, you beautiful queen, right? And I actually never included the post that made me make that comment, so I'll do that here at the end as well. It's like, hey, you beautiful queen, let's get you ready for the next Miss America. No, okay, that's not how you be professional and talk about the beauty of the job by leaving very open-ended statements that don't make people know that you're focusing on the beauty of the hair. So anyhow, guys, very exciting. They're finally hatched. Oh my god, so cute. So anyhow, guys, gonna go ahead and get going now. In about 30 minutes, I'll have to go to my Grams, and then we are gonna go tour that apartment. Yeah, 1:15, so about 30 minutes leave for my Gram, get there shortly after 2, and then yeah, we'll have enough time to, just in case we're early. You always like to be a little bit early with them. So anyhow, guys, talk to you later. Oh, and by the way, if I had my water hooked up for the day, I don't want to take time to go and get in my shed for the hose and everything. I would definitely be doing some wildflowers today, guys. I so can't wait to get back into those. It's looking from what I saw from what my Gram showed me on the internet. She forwarded me the link. It looks like there's going to be place for me to continue to do wildflowers. But you get the point. I would just, oh my god, guys, I can't wait for that. But there's still another, maybe 20 days off for some wildflower films with you guys. Anyhow, I'll talk to you later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So here I am. Obviously, this is the one for the, anyhow, I am here with my Gram. Feeling absolutely adorable, guys. Oh my gosh, so cute. So anyhow, I think is the big room. Yeah, this is the master bedroom for sure. I don't know what that whole little room there is. Another amazing big room, like holy cow, for a bathroom, jeez. Absolutely insane. There would be the light, probably some vent or fan.
Yeah, one guy keeps his outside over there on the side of his house. So yeah, he just puts it under a tarp. I'm not, you probably couldn't.
This is a nice pantry door or something.
My car is.
It's a secondary bathroom.
Oh, this must be the laundry room.
Yeah, this is definitely the laundry room.
Okay, let me look in here. Yeah, my one.
What's in here again?
That's the garage.
Oh. And then just 2 smaller bedrooms. With closets, they're probably both the same size. Let's see. What are you thinking about it?
I'm liking it.
Yeah? Definitely looking very nice.
What's this one?
This is the master. I was already in here. You can see with the bathroom and...
Oh, and that'll be my bathroom.
Yeah.
And I can
Yeah.
And there's a big closet.
And there's a nice closet there too. Definitely looks nice. You'll have a better view when you wake up in the morning, but obviously, you know.
I wonder if they're going to put.
This is a very nice bathroom. There's no denying that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's.
That's good for you. Yeah, you don't have a big step. Because you remember your tub before. That was insane. The jacuzzi tub you had to step over. Yeah, you won't have that here. Yeah. Well, that's for you, you know.
Measure that window in the.
Oh, it's the purse is in your car. My purse is in your car. I'll have to go get it. Give me 1 second.
For a while.
Oh, is that where they went until they got the new tabernacle?
Well, then they went down to, because our church wasn't big enough,
Yeah.
down to Cedar Springs.
Oh, okay.
And because that was a much bigger church. But yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
already measured that wall.
Yeah, and we said it was around 130, I think, when him and I did it. So yeah, if we have it here, because this will be your room, so you would have, and you don't come out this way. You would come out every morning and come to here, right? Okay. And then we'll have the table there. I agree with that. That's great. Yeah. So have it go from there to over here.
That way we're divided off.
And then have the TV over there.
And we
in the
won't
corner
get
or right there.
We won't get a big oversized.
Yeah, and have this here.
And then.
Enough for 4 cushions, I would say.
Yeah.
That's all we really need.
And then over here.
And preferred, you know, a like kick-out leg stand, like a recliner for 1 cushion.
For one end of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then eating
I
here.
could still put some of my tables in here, like over there.
Yeah, you could do that.
And
What
here-
tables, though?
Well, I have my round one and my Aunt Dean one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a little stand. And if we wanted
and
to, we could
here-
have like lamps on top of them.
Okay, now listen. Here would be. Is this? No, we said TV here.
Well, TV could be on the right-hand side or left-hand side. We would have to see.
Okay,
You know?
we got this.
Yeah, I really like the idea because you're not going to be coming out every morning and walking over here. You're going to be waking up every morning and looking out like you always do.
And we don't bring it the whole way out. We bring it.
Yeah. And look, we have a perfect place for 2 receptacles for like a little stand. You know, just
Whatever we, and maybe the thing is.
that's how I do with
just-
Fire Country.
Listen, maybe what we should do
You know, I
is
have.
instead of a sectional, get just a sofa with a recliner in it.
We could do that too.
Okay. I think we have. this.
Or even if it's not a recliner, it's the ones that have just an extra longer cushion on one end. For you to put out your legs, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we don't want them in here because then they stick out all the time. Because you want to be able
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
to go out that door.
Yeah. And that would be our only really way around, I would think. Depending on how long we get it again. Because we have our table over there. And if I'm grilling, you know, I want an easy enter and just bring it over here to the island
But if
for
we
us.
put just a regular couch with a recliner in the end,
Yeah.
that would work here. And then it
Yeah,
would go
and preferably
all the way
get
up.
it on the left-hand side so we can put the TV right up there.
Okay, now listen up. And then
Have like 3 shelves.
this is good. We're good.
Yeah, definitely very nice.
Yep, it's nice new unit, nice 1 floor.
And you know what I like about it? It's not right in town.
No.
I have never lived in town,
Yeah.
so
Yep,
not worth. Now, what kind of appliances?
I have stainless steel appliances. Your refrigerator will be here, you'll have a stove here, a microwave here, and a dishwasher there. And then the island overhangs a little bit so you can put stools there if
Oh, good. So see, we'll get a smaller table.
Yeah, because we were debating about putting it in the corner and having like a swivel kind of
Most
TV.
people put their table like over there or over there, and then basically whatever opposite walls you're in the corner is your TV.
Yeah, and with the sun
Yeah.
setting down there, and
Yep.
the front of it's not going to have any like glare in the morning or in the yeah, because
Well,
there's
then
no
you pull
sunlight
the
directly
blinds
coming
shut.
in the
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you pull the blinds down. But
Yeah.
this is very, very nice. Like how big, do you have something that tells you how big each room is?
I don't know.
I know we just did the mirrors or the windows there. This one and the one in the room is like 61 by like 31, I think.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about like,
Square footage of the room.
yeah, like
Dimension.
I mean, I have my thing now.
if
We can
you
do it.
wanted to have a sectional. And what we have to do then is figure out,
Yeah, like how long it is from there to over to here, and then because I want one that has like a edge. Yeah,
You take
one
that.
at the edge.
No, which way you going?
I'll go this way.
No.
I'll be at the window. I'm at 114, and that's about where the edge of the dishwasher would
No, I
be.
can take it through the countertops. The dishwasher's in there.
Okay, that one's 126 and a half. So we have a long time. Or a long length, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, 10 feet? Yeah.
yeah,
And then we could have the kick out thing here, you know, because I always like the ones that have, you know, a longer section and then the very end has
Yeah, the little section.
yeah, where you can kick out your feet. It's like a recliner. Yeah. And then put over there.
on this wall.
You're okay. I saw it.
Yeah, it may.
But that would work better. A sectional would work.
Yeah, but then we couldn't put the TV in that on that wall.
And besides, we don't hang it from the wall. I
Okay.
have a big stand.
That's fine.
And we have a lot of TVs to get rid of.
Yeah.
Well, you'll probably have to have a little downsizing sale.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I have two that I used to have for
Yeah.
you know, like DVDs and all that.
Yeah.
And then I got my computer, and they stopped putting those little, you know, movie CD disc. So now you have to get one of those things at Best Buy, and then then it opens up. You click it, you know, it's like a USB into because they stopped putting those ports in computers.
Yeah.
And keep it shooting out that way, like have the table this way, right? And then
Have it right along here.
okay. And then I could sit up against the wall, and you could sit at either corner, and we could have the TV there.
Well, you could sit at one end and I can sit at one. Or,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, you can, you know, even this whole thing is going to be a thing. This whole piece here is going to be an island. So you can always, once you're done cooking, and I think he said this is for
The
dishwasher. Yeah, so, I mean, you could sit here and watch it, too. You know, so, or you could do what you said, where we sit here, you know, and then,
Okay, so if we put the TV there, though, I don't think there's any way we're going to be able,
what else were you thinking about?
unless we do a sectional that, I don't know that a sectional is going to work in here.
Well, we still need some kind of couch, because I don't want to sit on a hardwood table chair
Listen.
and watch TV in the evenings. Unless we're going to have a multiple TVs, and you said that we're going to get rid of...
There's a wall that
Yeah, I know.
we could put the TV against there.
Yeah. So maybe not have a TV, or maybe not have a table. Sit at the island every night with the TV right there.
Yeah, that's probably where we'll eat. And
But then
we
what
wanna
about-
have to have a table, but you know, then what we could do is have. Maybe,
But if we have a sectional here, I mean, we wouldn't be facing head on into the TV. Most people like to do that. You know, they like to sit down and have the TV directly
Look,
across
we
from
don't
them.
have to decide that. Okay, now let me think this out. Take a picture of this room.
I already did.
Okay.
I've been recording it and
Okay, so we